This is Billy Ariel, real life. I'm here at the mic at the Resistance Studio, and I'm here with Katrina, the regional messenger, and a lot of the team members. They're here, there, and everywhere. But I'm here because I want to share something with each and every one of you out there. A lot of you may have already heard about it, a lot of you haven't, and a lot of you just don't care. But I wanted to share this with you because this may be my very last time in talking with you all because I'm getting a little tired. Really, I am. And so I just wanted to make sure that you heard this, especially to those who haven't heard anything about it at all. But this thing that your president, Trump, is doing now, he heard about it and he said, it sounds like a good idea to me. Let's go with it. So he's going to go with it. And he's asking that every woman, every woman to have as many babies as they can. American women, and every American woman that has a baby, they haven't decided as of yet if that woman has more than just that one. But they're working on it. But they have stated that an American woman, if she has that one child, after delivering that one child, they will give her $5,000. $5,000 for the child. What that means, ladies and gentlemen out there, hilarious about what someone else said this, I decided to use it. But what they mean is this: you have that baby. You have that baby, and upon delivery, once that baby comes into the world, that baby will be taken away from you, and you will be given $5,000. And that mother will never see that baby again because that baby will belong to the government. And they're doing this because Donald Trump, Donald Trump himself, he wants to see where all the children can safely grow up and achieve the American dream. And so when he's saying that in today's life, the mother, the parents are not allowing their children to achieve that American dream. Because the children today, he feels, are doing this, doing that, going here, going there, saying this and saying that, whatever. And that's, to him, that's not the American dream. But he is stating that if women were to have a baby, and actually go to sign papers, you have to sign papers stating that you're willing to receive this $5,000. And once you sign this statement of receiving $5,000 at the onset of that child being born, they're going to take that child away from you. And they will do whatever they want with their child. And there's nothing that you can say about it. There's nothing that you can do about it because you have to remember your title is parent. What does pair? Pair means two. Rent means that you are renting that child. Pair, husband or father and wife, father and mother. Pair. And rent means that you're rent. You can't do anything to that child. This is why they're going to take this child away from you. Because they have given you $5,000. You going to go for that? And a lot of you out there, oh, sure, I can use $5,000. I can do this and I can do that with $5,000. And after you spend my I'm going back to them again. But no, once you use your $5,000 up, you're not going back to what Donald Trump or I need more money. No, because they got your child. There's nothing that you can say or do about it because you signed the paper that upon delivery of that child that you receive $5,000. They get the hell out of here. That's what they're going to say per se. And a lot of you ignorant people, women, you will go for it. You will try to find some man or get married to some man to try to get that child into the world with $5,000. And that's ludicrous. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's dumb. And then Donald Trump himself, he stated that he wants to be called King of IVF. And he wants to be known as the fertilization president. Because why? Because he wants to get this done. He wants to get this done by women. By women. Have the babies, $5,000. And as I see it before, there are going to be a lot of women that's going to lay back and get pregnant so they can get the $5,000. That $5,000 is not going to even take you a year. You know, everything within 6 months to a year, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone. And so once it's gone, I'm going back to shoot. I'm the doctor. I have to get my baby back. You have no control of your baby because your baby will be AI. They have to have AI. They've already had the adult AIs. Now they need the children. I have never had a child, and I can't have a child, but I refuse to bring a child into this world, knowing how this world is. This world, this America, this world, period, is going to hell. And I'm going to bring a child into this world knowing that my child is going to be dealt with hellish things being put upon him or her. And to bring a child into the world, whereas I know beforehand that Trump is going to take over this child. He's $5,000 to go much of business. Get the fuck out of here. Per se, this is what is going to be said and done. No, people, you got to wake up and understand that he wants to be called the king of IVF. He wants to be known as the fertilization president. Isn't that something? He's the king of IVF. That's the one that got my baby. And you try to look for your baby, and you can't recognize that baby will be AI. Women, you better think and use your heads. The children that you have, the child or the children that you have today, whereas you were not paid $5,000. You met a man, you got married, you had children, or you got a boyfriend and you decide to have children and have a child or have children. You're not, and you think, this is my child, I can do what I want. No, you can, because your title is parent. Pair means two. Husband and wife, wife and husband, or man, girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, but it's two. Pair. And you're renting out your child. You're renting out that child. That child, you can, that child can have a scratch on their face, a scratch on their arms, and go to school. The school has a right to call the law and find out where that scratch came from. And you may think, I didn't do that to my child, but the cops come because they're going to believe the child. Because you're no more than a parent. People, wake up. Wake up. Now, Vance, he suggested to Trump, well, maybe we can see if we can start charging $5,000 per child. That means more than one. And Trump, he's saying, well, that seemed like a good idea, but we're going to have to work this out with Congress to have more than one. Now, if Congress passed that, which looks like they probably will, but if Congress passed that, that means that Trump wants you to have more than one child. So $5,000 per child. So you're just a breeder. That's all you would be known as a breeder. Each time you breed, $5,000. And that child will never get to know who their mother is. That child will never get to know anything about his mother and or his father, because his father will be none other than Donald Trump, because he wants to be known as the king of IVF, the fertilization president. Oh, he's going to fertilize. He's going to fertilize that child into AI. And that's what he's talking about. One thing I do want to leave with you is this. Now, we all know that Vance is the vice president of the United States of America, but he's trying to impute with Trump a lot of things that does not make sense. That he stated at one time that when he said to Trump, we need more happy children in our country. Yes, we need it. First of all, we need more happy children in our country. And we need beautiful young men and women who are eager to welcome the children into the world. And if there's a possibility that we need them to raise them. Isn't that something? So you have a child with your husband or with your boyfriend, whoever. But if you think, and as I stated before, if you think that you're going to raise that child all by yourself, you have another thought coming, because they're giving you $5,000, and that $5,000 is to take over your child. Now, they may look to certain individuals, men and women, who they feel is capable of raising that child. You get the $5,000, but you got to be capable of it. And there's nothing that you can say or do. But I'm tired of these people. I want this is my child. I want my child to be no, it'll never happen. But they want people who are capable, and that probably would be after the second birth. And Lord, and the government, if you understand the government, they're making it easy for young moms, not moms, I don't use the word moms. They're making it easy for young mothers and dads to afford to have kids. Because why? $5,000. 5,000, yeah, that's what we need. And I guarantee you, they're not asking any Black person to have a child. They're not going to have Black people, mothers and fathers, to have a child. Because why? Because they're trying to eradicate the Black race of people. So when they're paying $5,000 to a mother to have a child, who do you think that mother's going to be? What race do you think that mother's going to be? It's not going to be the Black race, because already day by day they're eradicating the Black race of people. They're locking the Black men up. And then you could have a totally decent Black man and a decent Black woman, but somewhere, somehow, something has to be found on them or about them to degrade them even further. So they don't want no Black children. They're going to give $5,000 to no Black. Hell no. And because Vance, he said he wants beautiful young men and women who are eager to welcome these babies into the world. Young men and women who are eager to raise them. And he feels that it is the responsibility of the government to make it easier for young moms and mothers or fathers, then dads, to afford to have kids. Now, that right there should tell you something. To afford to have kids. And the way you look at it today in America, Black people having a hard time to afford anything. They have laid people off from high-powering jobs here and there and everywhere. So how can Black people afford anything? It's always a needle in the haystack somewhere. So I wouldn't do it. And I'm capable of having children, but I would not do it. I don't care if it was $10,000. I don't care if it was $15,000. It's not enough money to give to me to sell my child. No, it's not enough. It's not, because what they're going to do to all babies, they're going to have the responsibility of raising that child. They're going to have the responsibility of dictating to that child. And that child is going to eventually become an AI. Now, the next topic or subject I want to talk to you about is Christianity. And I want you all out there to know who we, the Resistance Team, are. We don't believe in Jesus Christ. We don't believe in going to church. We don't believe in getting on our knees praying to the God of the Most High. We don't believe in any of that. We don't believe in Yahweh ben Yahweh. We don't believe in the Most High God and We don't believe in any of that. What we all here believe in is the universe. When we get on the floor, we get on the floor and we meditate. We meditate to the universe. When we give thanks and praises, we give thanks and praises to the universe. When we go to bed or just before we go to bed at night, we give our praises to the universe for keeping us throughout the day and for the many, many other things that the universe has done to and for us. We don't pray to Jesus because we have told you many times there is no Jesus. But then again, there is a Jesus. But that Jesus is none other than Enki and Marduk. And some of you don't believe that. You don't believe it. But one day is going to come. It's going to come before your eyes when you will see Enki and Marduk. And you want to be thinking that it's Jesus Christ. Is Yahweh been Yahweh? Is this and that? And it's not. Because if you look into your Bibles, and we don't believe in that Bible 100%, but there are some things in that Bible that makes a lot of sense that applies to today's world of living. But if you look in that Bible, you will see that Marduk, which is Satan, and Enki, which is Lucifer, they will reign just as if he's Jesus Christ. Whatever faith or religion that someone practices and believes in, the Muslims, who's the head of the Muslims, I don't know them all, but they will come now. Allah, it just came to mind, Allah. Whoever comes down will be posing as Allah. And so this is the trickery of the world. So we don't, no, we do, the team members, we do fast, but we don't fast because Jesus Christ tells us to fast, or the ministers tell us to fast. Now we fast because we have to keep our body wholesome. And all these ministers that's in churches that are preaching and talking and doing everything, those are ministers that are of the government. They're not being paid. You know, they don't have to pay taxes. Let me put it to you bluntly. They don't have to pay taxes, but they have to do everything that the government tells them to do. And there are certain subjects or talks they can't talk or preach about because the government will not allow them to do so. And now the ministers are asking people to come to the church. And this is why we stretch. We stress so often the resistance team that you do your research. I know some of you, right? But I don't have time to be, but you should make the time because I'm talking about, and you should be concerned about your own life, that of yourselves, your wives, and your children. These ministers, they're hoping that when the day comes, and it's going to come, that you will run to the church, and that when you run to the church, it will be easier for Enki and Marduk and all of his entities to come after you because they'll know exactly where you're at. These ministers today, then you may find a few since Frederick K. Price, because Frederick K. Price was a real one. You may find a few today that are really down and earth, real. They're real. But the majority of these ministers, pastors, priests, and whomever, they are fake and they're phony. And they are here so that you can listen to them, that you can run to the church and be guided by them. But all of them are under the government. They have to abide and obey the government. You can practically say that they are puppets. That's what they are. They are puppets. So, no. The thing is, if I were each and every one of you out there, I would definitely, and I'm speaking for myself and the whole team, we talk for each other as well. I would definitely not with a capital N-O-T, not turn to Christianity. I would not do it. I would not do it for anything in the world. Because I'm telling you, people, you all don't see it now, but you're going to see it eventually. The head, which is K-Swab, the Jesuits, down to Trump, Aldous Coventry, and of course, Enki and Marduk. They want a one world church. They want everything to be under one religion. And that religion is not going to be Protestant. It's not going to be Baptist. It's not going to be a Catholic. It's not going to be the many different names that churches go under. It will be the name of what? K-Swab, the Jesuits, Trump, all the Coventry, Enki, and Marduk says for it to be called. I would stay away from that. And the only church that me, myself, and the team have today is meditation. We meditate like strong men and women. And we give greetings to that universe out there, day and night. We eat holy, W-H-O-L-L-Y, holy, because we want to stay W-H-O-L-L-Y, holy. So this is what we do. We don't pray to Jesus Christ. And the only time we go to that Bible is when we have to show you something of what from what's in that Bible is what's actually happening today. And see, when they printed that Bible way, 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 way back long ago, they didn't think that people would have enough common sense today to, what do you call it? To interpret that the Bible is their blueprint. But you see, the universe has chosen ones out here. It's not only certain people of the resistance team, but it's others too who have been faithfully chosen. And when it boils down to it, we have to die just like you all have to die. But the greatest thing about it is that we know where we're going when we lay down. Do you know where you're going? See, that's the question that you have to ask yourself. And so many people have laid down to die, but they didn't go to that place where they supposed to go to. They went to the moon. So you have to understand this, people. Don't join anything that someone is trying to push you into joining. Don't do it. One world Christian church. It's not going to be any of the churches that you see around America. It's not going to be any of that. Know this. And these ministers once again, they have to do what is told for them to do. These ministers never pay taxes as long as they are obedient to the Jesuits. As long as they're obedient. As long as they have to talk the right sermon, they have to do the right, they have to be obedient. They're just like puppets as the celebrities are. They have to sign too, just like the celebrities sign. But you'll never know anything about it because that's them. It's hidden away. That's not for you all to know about unless you did your research to find out these things. So that's the situation with it, people. Now, we're not going to no, we're not going to lay down and bow to any statue, any man, or anything. We will put our knees together, Indian style, and we will put our hands together and we will praise and worship the universe. That's it, people. And always keep this in mind, people. Remember this. We are the universe. And the universe is us. And when we meditate and get the talk, We're only we're only praising and worshiping ourselves. Think on that. This is what we do. And not only the resistance, but there's many others who have been called and have been chosen to go forward and to do the do. And to do the do. There's so many other things I really want to talk to you all about, but it will take longer than what I have to say. Much, much longer. There's so much I have to say to you all. But people, I just want you to know, those out there who are listening to what I'm saying, you think that this world is going to go on and on and on. We've seen it so many times before, but it's not. One day, you're going to see your master, and that's going to be none other than Enki and Marduk. You're going to see all of the other entities that they bring with them. Already, you have seen the fishes and the many different things from the ocean, and you've gone into caves and you've seen, and a lot of you have even seen the dinosaurs. You've seen, yes, you've seen a lot of the unusual things already here on the face of the earth. You've seen this. This is why they won't allow you to go to Alaska, because over there in Alaska, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. But then again, I will get into it. It's not Alaska, it's Antarctica. And so at first I decided no, but no, I think you should know all of this, because this may be my last time talking to you all, not because someone is making me not do it, but it's because my spirit is telling me you can't keep talking to people who don't want to listen, who will not take heed. But over there in Antarctica, you are going to find that's where Enki and Marduk got the majority of their beasts over there. This is why they will shoot and kill anyone who even get close to the wall over there. There's so many things that you don't know. So many things. And people today are going around saying they didn't do this and they did do that. And they have. And we got the problem with Diddy. I'm just going to spread it out to you. We got the problem with Diddy. And here, Diddy, he's locked up behind prison bars. Diddy is a man after Lucifer's own heart, after Satan's own heart. You all know what he did when he had those people at his mansion. He had tunnels underground, where the celebrities can come through and do whatever they want to, and the dictators, whoever they were, can come and do whatever they want to. Even Al Sharpton was there. And Al Sharpton made sure that he was seen on in video so that he could say, well, I was just sitting there, I was just sitting there. But Al Sharpton was there. And he was there. And here you got Terrence Howard saying that, saying, you got to, people, you have to know who's who and who's not. Who's serving Lucifer? Who's serving Satan? And here, Diddy's behind bars, and people, they ought to let that man. Why? Why should they let it loose? For him to come out and go someplace else outside of the United States to do it all over again? And the people who were there at his parties to travel behind him because they had fun there. And you like Terrence Howard. You even got so many others, like even Cat Williams. Even Cat Williams. You got so many people, and some have even left the United States trying to run from it. Run from it. What you see, you don't know, because you're listening to what they're saying instead of doing your research. Well, how can we do research? The research is not going to tell us everything. It can if you allow your third eye to be open. Now, the ministers, the churches will tell you that your third eye is a sin, but it's not a sin. They want to say that because they don't want you to know what you know. Your third eye is not a sin. Your third eye is there so to help you to see. That's how I can see. That's how many of the team members can see. Is to see that third eye opens up and you know who's real and who's not real, who's lying, who's not lying, who's been there, who's been. It opens up. But now these ministers would think, that third eye, that's of the devil. But no, it's not. Because they don't want you to see them for who they really are. Just like it was at Diddy's parties. Diddy should be under the jail. But no, he's in. We'll wait to see how his trial comes out. Terrence Howard. No, because, I'm a man. Yeah, you are a man. You ought to choose at the parties. And he need to tell exactly what he has done. But he's not going to do that because for the fact it was at the very beginning. And then Diddy had no control over it. It was someone else. It was someone else. That's why Terrence Howard can sit back and talk to 50, the stuff that he talks about, because he knows that that person that he hooked up with is not going to say anything bad about him because that person is just like he himself. The same thing. The same thing with Cat Williams and the same thing with Jaguar Wright. You see, with them, the Illuminati, the high-ups, the elites, if you are an obedient person, they will reward you of this. And they're talking about having Cat Williams named a street named after him. A street named after him. Jaguar Wright, and believe it. Before I get to Jaguar Wright, I have to think for a few minutes now. They already have a street named after him. Not they're going to name a street after him. They already have a street named after him. Jaguar Wright, they gave her an award. A big award. And it wasn't so much of an award. It was a medal. A medal from the President of the United States of America. You see, when you do good, when you are in obedience with them, and you do just as they told you to do, say what they told you to say, tell you to say, you'll be rewarded for it. And that's why those two, they've been awarded for it. But they've been in there too, and not just dancing or drinking. No. Cat Williams, I admire him to an extent. But what I don't admire about Cat Williams that you're sitting back and you're talking about, well, hey, I don't hate, hey, the Diddy wants the body. Diddy wants the body. But then you won't tell people the truth about what Diddy really wanted. You keep yourself isolated from it. But let me tell you something. Like I said before, we, the resistance team, we do our research. There have been times we do our research for 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes we've been in the studio in each other's home for hours at a time, trying to research. We do our research to find out exactly what is the truth and what's not the truth. And then we stated one time before we have a source. Now, the White House, the cabinet, all those in the government may have been cleaned out, but we have a source. We have a source that lets us know exactly what is, what's not, when, how, and all of this. We have a source. And we're not going to tell you or show you the evidence of our source. We're not. And somebody asked the other day, said, well, give us the evidence. We're not giving you any evidence of anything. You need to go and do what we have done, research, not for 20 minutes, not for half an hour, not for hours, but for hours to find out. We make phone calls. We travel. The resistance team, we travel to get information. We do this. And that's why we know what we're talking about. And then we are led. We are led by the universe. We have a third eye. We have abilities to know where to go, what to do, this sort of thing. But you see, you people out there, you're going by what they are saying. Because they're not because they don't, never because he could have said that, he couldn't did that because he's a big man. And you see, you're believing everything and anything that they're saying, and knowing darn well that what they're saying is going to send you to hell. And not the hell per se as far, no, it's going to cause you your damnation because the hell is up on Saturn. And some people say, yeah, I went to hell and I saw what hell is. No, you haven't been to hell, sweetheart. No, you haven't. You get your behind up there on Saturn and you'll find out exactly what hell is about. Is hell is worse than the hell that some people say that they went through. It went to. It's worse than that. Well, how do you know? Because I was there. I was there. I was taken there. So I'm gonna say one last thing, and then I'm finished with this talk. You got the people that supposedly said they went out of space, Gail and Perry, Katy Perry, and a few other women. You know, they even had Bill Gates' wife, who not his wife but his fiance. They're together so much at a time. You would think that they are married. So that's why I said his wife. But it's his fiance. They have supposedly. I said Bill Gates because all of them look nothing like it. All of them are one accord as far as the government status. It was Bezos, Jeff Bezos. And when I'm telling you these things, I want to be as correct as possible because I don't want anyone come back to me, Billy or else with no, you see it. So now I want to be correct. It's Jeff Bezos. But I guess my mind is on Bill Gates because Bill Gates is taking up all the land in America. And that's a hurting thing. He's buying up every land there is so that you black people out there can't have anything. But it's Jeff Bezos. And it's his girlfriend. They call it fiance, but it's his girlfriend. They all supposedly went up in space. And here, Gail, before they went, Gail crying to, oh, well, I'm scared. I'm just scared. I don't want to go out, baby. I just don't want to go. And obviously, it's going to be all right. Yeah, it's going to be all right. You're going to come back. Well, now, when you look at this situation here, and people think they went up into space. They did not go into space, people. If you watched it from day one, that's why when you sit down and you see these things on your computer, on television, or however, listen and watch. Watch closely. Your third eye will reveal to you exactly what's what. They didn't go out of space. They didn't at all. Because when you look at the beginning of it, there was someone already in that little small capsule that they were in. Oh, they're gonna fix it up now. Oh, they know how to distort or report how it was. But when Gail went up to that door and she told the person, "But you're not supposed to open the door right now. It's too early. It's too early." Now you see something, you see it today, it'll be a different category. It'll be all different. They did not go up in any space whatsoever. You know where they went? They went into the water. They went to the water. That little capsule that they had was in the water. And then when supposedly they went into space, and here Katy Perry or whoever the woman was, she said, I have a flower. I picked a flower. Now they supposed to be in space there, but she picked a flower or she had a flower. When you in space, that flower is going to wilt because you're taking it from one place to another. And the logic part of it is when did they have time to get out of that capsule to get a flower? Now I'm saying they went into the water because when I saw it, all I saw was water. They could not have been, maybe that was because they came down in the water, however, but they did not go into the water. Or maybe they was floating on the water. But they did not go into space. If there was anything, if they didn't go into the water, as far as trying to fool the people that they went into space, They was floating on the water. They did not go into space, but they made it look like they was floating in the capsules going. And it was 5 or 6 of them that went into that capsule. No, no. A lot of things is being said to you people out there, and you're believing every bit of it. Every bit of it. And when Gail came back, oh, it was so beautiful. It was just so dark. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, and that is what makes me realize that she went underwater because it was so dark. They did not go up into space. No, they did not, because she wouldn't say anything else. Oh, it was just so dark. That's all we should. If that had been me going into space, I would have told. Yeah, because I saw that stuff. I saw Pluto over there. I saw, but they didn't. They didn't. That was to deceive all of you out there. You people better get yourself together and stop believing lies, because believing those lies is going to cost you your damnation. They didn't go into any space whatsoever. Katy Perry, Gail, uh, Jeff Bezos, his girlfriend, none of them went into space. But that is to deceive and fool you all. And then came back to the reporter. It's because of all my astronauts, they say, that was a dangerous place to go to in space. No, if you did your research, the astronaut themselves said they never went into space. Two of them at least said it. They never went into space. They went into a makeshift capsule, making people think that they were actually in space. They never went into space. And then you're going to tell me that they're going to send 6 females up into space? No. You have to know, because that's one thing that that's one thing that Satan will convince you of. They will convince you of their lies. No one did that, people. No one. But you're believing that because they just saw the little capsule sitting on the ground, but they never showed any pictures of them being in space. They never showed any pictures of this capsule coming down from space. They never showed you any of that. And if any picture or photos was shown, they were fake. This is why we tell you, Resistance, and so many others out there, you have to separate the lies from the truth. Separate the truth from the lies. Because what this world is doing today is lying to people, building your hopes up, having you to believe in something that's not real. And then when the time comes for your demise, just like that Bible says, there's no place to run, no place to hide. When you find out the reality of what has taken place, what has been going on, you want to run and try to hide, but there's no place to run, no place to hide. There's none of that. You all are going to see exactly what's going on. You're going to see the real Jesus Christ. You're going to see the real Moses, and however other name that you call them to be. You're going to see all of them. But that real Jesus Christ is none other than Lucifer, and you want to see Satan. You want to see it. And you're going to see the things that are going to take place, but you can't run. You're going to be calling on your children, but your children are not going to be your children, because remember, you were paid $5,000 for that child. And then you have another child. If they had signed that into order, you're altogether been paid $10,000 for your second child. And you people out there, you will fall for every scam, every lie that is being told to you. You will fall for it, because $5,000, you can buy you a car with $5,000. They should ever hand me another baby. But then $5,000 for that. But what about your own life? You are presenting a life into the world that you can't even take care of. that you won't be able to take care of, because that life will be known to the president. So, people, everything that Bible states just as well too, everything that's covered will be uncovered. And it's going to be shown to all of you one day. All of you. They are trying to take America. When Trump says you're going to make America great again, that's what he meant. He's going to make America great again, but he's going to do it with the illegal immigrants first. Then after the illegal immigrants, he's going to do it to the black race of people. Then after the black race of people, then he's coming for you whites. You white people are not going to be, we don't have to worry about ourselves, but we don't be taken care of. No, you're not. No, you're not. He's coming after you all. And that's why you have to really do your research and understand. And all of these protesting and marches that you do, is not helping. It's not helping at all. What you should have did, people, was to take America back by not becoming involved in anything or anyone. That's what you should have did. And what I mean when I say take America back, don't work. Don't shop. Don't shop for anything. Just don't pay any bills. Don't do nothing. Stop functioning in the world. They need the black race of people more so. The black race of people need them. But and you whites too, if you were to decide to shut America down, shut it down, these things would not have to add to be. And some net is going to go out there and is going to do exactly what Trump has told them to, has asked of them to do, is having babies. They're going to do it because money is a root of all evil. They're trying to also, I couldn't remember at first, but also they're trying to stop the Medicaid on everybody. And you all don't, well, I don't care because I don't go to the doctor, but still, what about the children that you have? What about your mothers and your fathers and your sisters and your brothers? Your sons and what about them? But they want to stop Medicaid, period. Don't you see, can't you see that this world is going down? It's going down because you all are not doing a damn thing. And I'm not talking about getting out there and protesting and marching. Hey ho, Donald Trump has got to go. Hey ho. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about shutting America down. Don't do nothing. All of you, you're all angry about Kamala Anthony, Canelo Anthony, about how he killed a white boy, and the white boy, and all of that was nothing but a plot and a plan that was plotted. And we told you many times that white boy is not dead. But because of the fact that they planned it perfectly, they put the wording right, and you all believe it. That's the evidence that you all have accepted. Don't you know that they can make things look so damn legitimate? So damn legitimate. That's the trick of Lucifer. That's the trick of Satan. And Satan used these people. And you now think about this too as well. RFK, no JFK, the nephew, the son, the grandson that is. He said this, and you all get it. One better shut his mouth. You don't know he don't know what the hell he talking about. But don't take it for a grain of salt now. He said that Vance killed the Pope. And when you look at it, you put pieces together, the Pope was out there at Easter raising hands, and he was lively. They released him from the hospital knowing that he was going to be all right. But the Pope had to become the last president. They had to become the last Pope. And it makes you think and wonder what JFK grandson, what JFK grandson said. Is it true? Was he saying something that he heard? Was he saying something that he knew? Was he saying something that all of you out there who know the truth? Was he saying that? And only people that scorned him about it was people that was within. They scorned him about it. But the Pope was doing fine. Just think about that. We don't know what, yeah. But just think about it. The Pope was doing fine. Out there, it's called waving hands and talking to the people. It was fine. Why would they release him from the hospital knowing that the next day he'd be dead? Why? They released him because they knew that he would be all right. And he wasn't doing anything strenuous. But when Vance came up, had a private visit with him, a private visit now, came up and kissed his hand. It was not too long after that, the Pope was dead. Now you explain that to all of us here. Explain that to all of us here. That's why I say, to make a long story short, you people out there, and I hate to say this, but I'm going to say you are the most ignorant people there is. The most. And I just want to say this. I'm not talking about my subscribers because we all are believing that our subscribers are faithful and true and blue until the end. We're talking about the people that come to our channel and know darn well they're not faithful and they're not true. We're talking about those. And they're not listening, people. They're not listening. Those people who are not our subscribers, they're not listening. And those are going to be the ones who's going to be left behind for their own demise. So this is what I'm saying to you. You have to really wake up. Wake up. When they tell you these things here on your computers, on your TV, on your radios, on your telephones, what have you, think. Stop asking, give me evidence. Give me that. Nobody's going to give you evidence. A lot of people don't even know who you are. And if they give you evidence, then they will be taken out before their time. If you want the evidence, then you get up off your behind and you do your research. And I mean, dig down deep and do your research. Compare your research to someone else, and then, but no, but this one over here says so, and this one over here says so, and then you come to the full knowledge of what is and what is not. But no one is going to. When I tell you this is my. No one is going to tell you that. Because I know that we, the team, we have did research for 5, 6 hours and then some. We have traveled just to get information, made phone calls just to get information. And then we're going to just show, we don't know, you could be out one of them undercover agents. You could be one of them, you could be anyone that's working for the government or with the government. We're not going to show you anything. If you want to know what, and then when someone tells you something, if you allow the third eye to open and to be used, you will know if that person is telling the truth or if that person is telling a lie. You would know this. But you're relying upon someone else to give you the evidence. So many men and women before time gave people the evidence, put it out there on the table, and they are dead today. Or some has been totally mind controlled so much until their minds are completely fucked up. So we're going to give you the evidence? No, we're not. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And so no one in their right mind who really knows what's what is going to, but I'll tell you what, let's sit down. I'm going to show you the papers. No one is going to do that stuff. There was a man who burned himself to death trying to share the evidence that he had with you all, and no one would listen. No one would listen. And if I don't do something to myself, they're going to torture me. Say he burned himself up. There was our founder, John Todd. This man was in there. I mean, he was in there, not halfway, not with 1 foot in it. He was in there. He saw what was going on. He saw this. He saw this. And he told me himself, you got the gifts. You got, and Katrina, you got the gifts to eat because we had the gifts. He told us this. And he told us the things that were going on, the things that had happened, the things that will happen. He told, but they were out to kill him because he knew too much. There was another man, and he was trying to share what he knew. And he stepped outside the restaurant, and they cost him that one attack. So, people, let me tell you something. If you want to really know something, if you think someone is lying to you or someone is making something up, then we suggest you sit in your office, you sit in your at your coffee table, your dining table, your library, and you research and you research and you ask the universe to open up your third eye, not for vengeance, but you open up to have your third eye open so that you can be able to see, you can be able to know what's going on. And there are people in the world that's like that. As someone told us, not me, but Fantasia, Fashionisha, and I always get her name kind of, she was mad at me one time, but I get her name wrong. So I just called her GF. That's what I call her. And she said, I said, no, GL. So she said, okay, longer. But someone told her because she had saw something because, it's her and several other of our team members. They go online and they see what is said, what is being said, and then they try to correct these people. That's online of what they know or what they don't know, I should say. And so there was this woman that was online and this woman was trying to move her hands all like it, trying to make something move. And so GF said, no, you have to use the mind first. And what she told this woman was nothing but the truth. And you had some nut come, no. No, as the GF wrote, I said, no what? No what? Yes. In order to move anything, like when you move your arm up, you're not moving your arm just to move it. Your mind is telling your arm to move up. When you walk, your mind is telling your feet to walk forward. When you eat your food, your mind is telling you, pick up the spoon, put it the fork, put it to your mouth. Your mind is telling you to do that. You cannot make anything move unless your mind is in coordination with your hand. And this little guy, no. No what? And then Jeff had to give it to me. And I'm one, I like to, be nice to people, but I had to let him know. But one thing the resistance, we're not going to do. We're not giving you any type of evidence unless we feel it's necessary to do so. We're not going to do that because our time on this earth is not yet up. And when our time is up, then you can have all the information you want. But we can't take it with us. So this is why what I'm saying to you people out there, and I'm not talking about our subscribers, because our subscribers so far, and I've been analyzing it so far, it's been good. But you may have a few ones that may sneak in. But I'm talking about, when I say I'm talking about the team now. But we're talking about those who is just filled with evilness. They got to get something on us. And a lot of times, and I know that you're having looking up. I'm gonna find out more about Billy Ariel, but you can't find a damn thing about Billy Ariel. You can't do it. Because why? Because it's not meant for your eyes to do it. And so, in your mind to know it. You've been looking up Katrina. You're not gonna find, because we are a chosen vessel. A chosen vessel. But to leave you with this thought here. It's time to wake up, people. Don't wake up when it's too late. Because when it's too late, there's no place to run, no place to hide. And this 47 and all the rest of his people, they're trying to annihilate everyone mentally, physically, and whatever way that they can, so that they can have a clean America. Just like Donald Trump saying he's going to make America great again. And he's not talking about you black race of people. He's talking about cleaning up America, American citizens, and all of you people that went to the polls and vote for him. All of you. And we told you, the resistance team told you, don't go to vote. Your vote doesn't matter. But Trump came out and told you that. And you still don't believe it. He says, I know I voted for you didn't vote for anyone unless you voted for a senator, unless you voted for a mayor. That's who you vote for, but not for presidents of the United States of America. And you think that you did would have told you many times your vote does not matter. But if all of you had not gone to those polls to vote, then how could he have gotten into office? Because he didn't have your votes. And we told you all time and time, don't go to the polls. And now that he's in office and he's making life miserable for all of you, now you vote him out. And this man is not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. You can't even help Trump in any way because he's in there. He's in there. And then you got someone like Elon Musk is working side by side with him. And Elon Musk is none other per se until you see the real ones, but Elon Musk is nothing but the devil, causing corruption. Elon doesn't even care about any of you, and especially a certain type of race. He doesn't care. And Vance is the same way too. But you all, we got to get Biden out of there. Well, regardless, Biden was slipping a little bit. But if you all didn't go, had not went to those polls to vote, thinking that you're voting, then we're going to sit back and say, well, we know we didn't vote for him, so what was I to get in office? You see, then the burden would not have been on your shoulders. But this man is causing corruption, being who he is. He's going to make sure that them illegal migrants, whether they are legal or not, he's going to make sure they get out of America. Get out of America. And that Spanish guy that's over there in El Salvador, he's not coming back here, people. He's not coming back here. No matter what, he's not coming back. If he comes back to the United States of America to be with his wife, it's because 47 has something in mind, suspiciously in mind. But he's not coming back. And he's going to deal with the immigrants first. Then after the immigrants, he's going to deal with the Black Americans come next. They're going to come next. Then after the Black Americans come, then he's coming for you, low-peer whites. The 47 president want America to be of those of his own stature, and those who are just maybe a notch or two down from his stature. Anyone else below that is getting rid of. So, people, wake up. Wake up. And I'm not going to, and I will assure you this, I'm not coming back here again talking about any of this anymore. I know I said it once or twice before, but I'm not coming back here to talk anymore about it because I myself, Katrina, even this person who wrote this book, I can't think of her name, but even she has tried to tell you. And not only her, but other people who are just like us that tried to tell you. We're not coming back in. I'm not coming back in anymore. My team is not coming back in anymore because we're tired. We are completely tired of saying the same thing over and over again. It's so much hatred, the blacks against the whites, and the whites against the blacks. Hatred just is like a thick cloud, a thick cloud. And no, sure, we can't trust white people all the way, to like white people can't trust black people all the way. But hell, we got to do something, people. But we can't even trust each other all the way because we are fighting and strifing at each other. You gotta wake up, people. And I know that everything you hear from Billy RL, you think I'm not making any sense. You think that I don't know what I'm talking about, and not only me, myself, and the rest of the team members, and even this other woman who wrote this. I don't think I can. I wrote this book, and so many others out there. You don't believe any of us, but when we are away from here, you're going to cry out our names. If you don't believe it, read your Bible. The Bible will tell you. You're going to cry out the name, our names, and we're going to be gone. You have to listen to somebody. You have to get rid of all the hatred that's within you, from your within yourself, and from you to your own race of people. And that's why when I tell GF, when you see something in on a TikTok or YouTube, and whereas a black man has killed his own brother, or a black sister has killed his own sister per se, or a black man has killed a white man from another race, right? Yes, use your opinion and what should be done to that black man or black woman or the white. No, we well, because the black man, the black brother, I should say, he killed a white man. Well, we need to spare his life. Well, this is our brother. No, he knows. He knows what's right and what's wrong. We've told you many, many, many times before. Don't go out there trying to start trouble with no one, because the cops are out there waiting. They're not going to treat you right. They're going to either kill you or take you to jail. And when you go before the judge, it's going to be years before you get out. Trump is already thinking about sending the criminals from the prisons here in America over to El Salvador. So why would you want to go out there and try to rob somebody or try to kill somebody and hold up this door, hold up that door, any benefit, knowing, not realizing that one day your ass is going to be over there in El Salvador. And when you get over there, you're not going to be as tough as you were when you were in America. Your family can't visit you over there. And the same thing with you white people. You're going to do things and you think it, but I've only got 10 years. I should, I have 8 years for probation, yeah. But listen what Trump is saying. He wants to send prisoners over to El Salvador. And you're not going to survive there. You're not going to survive. So this is the thing that I'm saying to you all. I know I've carried it too long, but I really wanted to express everything to you all because, as I stated before, I'm not coming back here. I'm tired. I'm tired, not physically, because I work out, but tired mentally of saying or repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again, and no one's listening because everybody think they know it for themselves. No research, no nothing. Just the mind that Satan has imputed in their mind for them to think that they know and to do something that they think they should do, and only causes them to go into the grave or behind prison bars. When Trump speaks, you better listen to him because Trump is really hard on a certain race of people, and there's no forgiving of it. So this is what I had to say. And I hope that I've explained everything to every one of you that's listening. And when people like myself, when we talk, we're not talking just to be talking. We're not in monetization. We don't need money because we give money to others who are in need. We don't need. We'd like to know that people are listening. Yes, of course, because if we can reach one, back it up. If we can teach one, we can reach one. That's the thing. But we're not looking for anything. We're not looking for any trouble from YouTube. We're not looking for any of that because our time is limited, especially the black race of people. But we want to know what you want to do when your lights are put out. And I'm not talking about house lights. I'm talking about the lights of your body, your LIGHTS of your bodies. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And you're thinking that you're going to hell? Hmm. Well, let me explain something to you. There is no hell that you know of or that you have seen because you think that you went to hell. You go on Saturn. Saturn is a place that even I'm a strong person, but even I got scared of. Saturn is no joke. I've never seen a place like that before in my life. It is nothing that's compared to hell. It is nothing that's compared to any prison that anyone has gone to. It's nothing. But those of you out there that's committing all kind of crimes and killing people and doing it, that's where you're going to go. There will not be any reincarnation for you. Saturn is not a joke. They're trying to make another planet out there so that the Saturn is getting crowded and they have to put those on the other planet. But the other planet that they haven't announced it yet, but eventually they will announce it. It's just like Saturn. That's the hell that you'll be going to. So with that, people, I hope that I've gotten across to you all. Every last one of you, you have power within yourself. The power that's within. And you can use that power admonish your head, your eyes, and everything else about you, your abilities. You have power. Use that power. Don't let your power go to waste. So with that, I, Billy R.L., have given you the facts, the truth, and I know darn well I presented the knowledge. It's up to you to accept it, reject it, and or leave it alone. But we, the resistant team, has given you love and peace and power. And that's the important thing, is that power. So whether you see me again or hear from me again or not, know this, that we are for a fight of, of, of goodness. We fought the fight of faith. I put it to you that way. Because I don't know that Bible. I'm just trying to quote the Bible, and I don't know the Bible because I don't read the Bible. But just know that we're here anytime that you want to, until that moment that you no longer hear from us again. Peace, my brothers and sisters. Peace. Panout.